Are you someone that wants to break 80 consistently? If so, this 3-part series is going to be for you. Part 1 of the series, we're going to be talking about the approach shot and the best ways to go about hitting shots into greens, either on par 4s, par 5s or par 3s, to break 80 consistently. Tip number 1 on the approach shot is knowing where to hit the ball in terms of where is the best miss. That might seem like a negative thought, but I assure you it's not. This particular hole, the flag is on the front left of the green. There's a nice drop off to the left of the green. If we miss right, we've got a lot of green to work with, and there's also a lot of green to the right of the flag. My shot selection today is going to be a shot at the right edge of the green. If it draws back towards the flag, happy days. If it stays out on the right hand side, we still have a very straightforward up and down. So I've hit that shot a little bit past pin high. It's between the flag and the right edge of the green. I'm very happy with that result. So as we're walking up to this green, tip number 1 is to know where to miss it and know where to hit it. You saw in the previous videos, there was a drop off on the left hand side of the green. We definitely wanted to avoid that. We also hadn't much green to work with on that side. By hitting our shot to the right side of the green, we ensured that if we missed right, we had a lot of green to work with and we had a straightforward up and down. And if we managed to hit one straight or even pull it a little bit, we were going to be on the green and we're going to be setting up a chance for birdie, but more importantly, a tap and par. So my ball has landed there, about 25 feet from the flag, putting straight across the green. Very straightforward putt. But just for argument's sake, say my ball landed a little bit right of the green. Yes, we've missed the green, but we've got all of this to work with. It's a pretty straightforward chip, and we should definitely be able to guarantee our par from here. And we've actually managed to give ourselves a birdie on that hole, but more importantly, from this position we were guaranteeing the par. So very quick recap on tip number 1 is knowing where to miss on tough holes. Not only will you give yourself the best chance of making par, you might even sneak a birdie from time to time. Moving on to tip number 2, we're going to talk a little bit about club selection. Number 3 here today is going to be club selection. So important when taking your approach shot. Often we're very concerned about what's around the green and we're not really focused on what we should be hitting. To be honest with you, if you are trying to break 80, more often than not, if you're in between clubs, you should be clubbing up, especially if the flag's in the middle of the green. There are a couple of exceptions for this. If the flag is at the front of the green, certainly you should be clubbing up. If you're clubbing down, you're chasing that birdie and you're bringing bogeys and worse into play. The flag is at the back and you're in between clubs. In that scenario, we club down to ensure we don't go out the back of the green. If the flag's in the middle of the green and say it's 170 yards, for you that's between a 7 and a 6 iron, more often than not you should hit the 6. And the reason being is, as amateurs, although your 6 iron might go 180, out of 10 shots, how often does that happen? So it's just something to take into account. So I clubbed up in that scenario, went a little bit past the flag, but I'm pretty happy. Had I hit 10 more shots with this club, some of them would have been pin high, some of them would have been short. I just happened to catch that one off the screws. It's still on the green, we still have a birdie chance, but we're guaranteeing that par. So again, as we're walking up to this green, let's have a little chat. I've got a birdie putt here again. Probably going to guarantee the par. Might even have a little look at birdie and go 2 under. But one thing I did do there was I committed to the club. Although the ball has gone past the flag, I'm not emotionally attached now to that, and I'm not going to let that affect my decision on the next hole either. The chances as an individual trying to break 80 is that every shot's not going to come off the screws. Now, I don't mean to insult anyone there, I'm pretty much in the same boat as well. But it's just a fact. We won't hit every shot perfect, but more often than not, if we can miss the club that we've clubbed up on, we're still going to be on the green. If we've tried to club down and burst one to get it there and we've come up a little bit short, now we're bringing that bogey into play, when if we were just past the flag on the green after hitting one out of the screws, we're guaranteeing that par. So as we discussed a little bit earlier, I have gone past the flag a little bit, probably 3/4 of a club long. I am still on the green. We still have an outside chance for birdie, but we're guaranteeing that par. Tap in, stress-free par. We're moving on to the next hole. Tip number 3 is taking your medicine. I've found myself in a pretty bad lie here in the rough. I've still got 145 yards to the flag. The chances of me birdieing this are very, very slim, but that's okay. And for that very reason, my main goal here is to give myself the best chance of par in the hole. My ball ended up going straight at the flag where I was aiming. I was assuming the rough would pull me a little bit left into the large part of the green, but we ended up going straight at it. I eliminated the danger just like we did on tip 1. I was taking my medicine, it worked out a little bit better. We have a look for birdie here now, and definitely going to be a tap and par. But worst case scenario with this decision I made was I was going to have 3, maybe 4 feet for par once the execution was okay. But you know what's very important in that scenario was my mindset in that shot. Yes, I had planned on taking my medicine, but I still had a plan of action for the shot. I wasn't being negative about being in the rough. I wasn't being negative about all the bunkers around the greens. I was focusing on the big part of the green. So this is where my ball has landed, just over there on the right hand side of the screen, and we're after setting up a pretty good birdie chance. As I move the camera around, we can see there's a lot of green there, a lot of green that I probably didn't see back where I was hitting my shot. Had the rough closed down the face a little bit, was going to be landing down in this area of the green. Yes, I might have had a long putt for birdie, but we would have a very, very good chance of making par and eliminating that bogey or worse. For argument's sake, let's toss a golf ball down there. Give ourselves a pretty long putt for the birdie, but show you what I mean by giving ourselves the best chance of par. So there you have what I believe are the 3 best ways you can go about your approach shots to consistently break 80. But as you notice, if you're someone who's considering breaking 80, the chances are you can hit the ball already, and all my tips have been course management. It's about eliminating the big mistakes, thinking positively, producing the right club out of the bag, taking your medicine when you need it. The hero shot is not the answer to breaking 80. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please hit that like button, it really helps out the channel, and if you're not already, subscribe to my channel. We'll see you in the next video.